What is the best website speed test that you can run for your website? Now look, website speed is extremely important. For every second that it takes your website to load, it increases the likelihood that someone is going to bounce from your website, basically leave it, and go and check out a competitor's website. Meaning that you lose money every time someone does that. You lose out on opportunities, on leads, and it all around hurts your website, your brand, everything. So you decide to go to the drawing board and you optimize your website from start to finish. You do everything that's involved, such as optimizing images, the code, adding lazy loading, compression, caching. You add your website to a content delivery network. You convert pages to static pages rather than using the CMS, etc. You do everything in your power to optimize your website. What do you use to measure the effectiveness of that optimization? There's a lot of different things that you can do to check that score out, and there's a lot of different tools you can use. But what one's the best? That's what we're diving into here today on the Driven Media YouTube channel. My name's Cameron. I appreciate you guys coming back for another video. I appreciate all the support on the previous video. That was the most amount of organic hits that we've ever had on a new video. And I'm glad you guys noticed. We've been spending more time and more money on these videos, and we're hoping to come out with even more content over 2024. So I appreciate you guys. That being said, if you could help us out, go hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon below. It really helps us out, and all around very encouraging as well that people like our content. In the last video, we had more people than ever that came and subscribed to us organically from a video, which was really awesome and encouraging to me and my entire team over here. All right, so what speed test options are there? There's really 4 of them that I use every single day. We use GTmetrix. Pingdom is another one, tools.pingdom.com. We use a self-hosted test, which is just inside of the Google Chrome browser. And we also use Google PageSpeed Insights. Those are the major tests that we use. All around, each one does a good job on measuring website speed. For example, GTmetrix, in our experience, is typically the most true to life. We've done tests on our own devices on multiple different networks, and the tests that we got on mobile, tablet, and desktop were very similar to the GTmetrix score, where Pingdom and Google had a bit more variation in it, Google being the slowest speed test of them all. So you might be thinking, okay, I'll just use GTmetrix. My question is answered. It's not that simple. You can't just give up Google PageSpeed Insights because it's a little bit slower than the others and it's a little bit less accurate of a test. It doesn't matter that it's less accurate of a test because Google actively uses Google PageSpeed Insights to measure speed for SEO purposes. So one of the ranking factors for a website is speed. Your website needs to be fast, it needs to be reliable, and it needs to be able to load when someone clicks on it. If it takes forever for it to load, Google doesn't want to show that to visitors. Now, if your website is fast and it's well optimized, they're going to show that to visitors, and they're going to use that Google PageSpeed Insight score to judge the effectiveness of how fast your website is. So that's why the Google PageSpeed Insight test is extremely important and why you should optimize for it. It's a very simple test that you can use in the browser, and you just put in your website URL and you're able to put a speed test together. It'll give you all the reports for mobile and desktop devices, just like every other test out there will give you. The one time I probably would not care about Google PageSpeed Insight is if I'm doing a landing page and I'm just going to run cold traffic to it. I'm going to run, paid ads from Facebook or cold email traffic to it or whatever. As long as I'm not trying to actively rank for SEO purposes, I won't use Google PageSpeed Insights. I don't care about that. I'm probably going to opt for the GTmetrix. Obviously, it's probably best and safest to use multiple tests and see what types of differences that you get. That's something that we do with every single website is we test out multiple different speed tests just to see if there's any huge variance between them, make sure that the website is actually fast and not just fast on one speed test but not the other. Now, the one example I have of this that shows the importance of Google PageSpeed Insight is, let's say we have accounting firms in Des Moines, Iowa, trying to rank for the #1 spot on Google. Now, first of all, if accounting firms are trying to rank #1 on Google, those are pretty bad accounting firms considering there's a huge lack of accountants in the first place. So, if you're an accountant that can't get clients, that's on you. That's not on anyone else. But let's say we have 5 companies trying to come up on Google, and they're all sitting on the 1 through 5 positions of the search term accountants in Des Moines. So we have all 5 of them there. And let's say the websites have the same optimizations. They have the same amount of images with the correct alt tags. The words and keyword density, the content is all perfect. Now, where does the tiebreaker go? There's a good chance that tiebreaker might go to Google PageSpeed Insight, which is why it's important that you have the fastest score that you can. Now, one thing that I would not recommend doing is don't chase website optimization scores over everything else. Don't put that above everything. The reason being, and I've seen clients do this, which is always really frustrating, they start obsessing over this score. And let's say the website is fast. It's loading in under 2.5 seconds on mobile devices, but they're getting an 80% score on Google PageSpeed Insights. They will do every optimization in their power to get that above 95% or whatever. And by the time they're done with it, their website is down to a bare bones website with some text and a button. There's no images, there's no styling, and there's no user experience to it. Ultimately, that's going to hurt you as well. You just want to get it within a reasonable amount of time. I try to make sure that every website that we do on mobile devices is at least under 3 seconds and under 2 seconds on desktop. Ideally, even faster than that. But for those heavier websites, we're going to aim right under there. So that being said, those are my 2 go-tos, is GTmetrix and Google PageSpeed Insights. They have kind of different purposes, but they're very similar tests all around, and I'd recommend checking them out if you're looking to optimize your website. That being said, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. We have much more coming down the pipe in the coming weeks, and I'm excited to share that with you. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe. My name's Cameron, and we'll see you in the next one.